Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you, this morning. Probably gonna be going into late morning for these videos. And this is for the Decent to Good Movies of 2021 video, which I believe is gonna be for part 1. So I'm gonna discuss what movies there are on this list, which are 28 to 1 that I'm gonna get to, and let you know my thoughts on these movies. So let's dive into this video. Now at number 28 is The Little Things with Jared Leto, Rami Malek, and Denzel Washington. So yeah, I was trying to think of his name, and it almost raced from my mind for a moment. But pretty much, I think this was a decent movie. It hasn't grown on me as much as I thought it would throughout time. I thought for watching it repeatedly, I would like it, but now I'm kind of skeptical on this movie because there's good moments and then there's weird moments, and Jared Leto was fucking weird in this movie. Honestly, I think he's overacting quite a bit and trying to oversell it with his acting, and I'm not a huge fan of his acting that much anymore. He sucked as the Joker, in my opinion. And I think with him doing the Zack Snyder movie, he was a little better, but he wasn't perfect. But still, at number 28, I picked The Little Things. It was a decent movie. Weird twist for an ending, and a pretty fucked up ending, I guess you could say. So, uh, it's a mystery movie and kind of thrillerish. So, um, if you want to watch it, you can. But in my opinion, I think it was decent. So, yeah. At number 27 is Those Who Wish Me Dead, the Angelina Jolie movie. Now, this was about a wildfire that was spreading around a certain up in the Colorado mountains or whatever. I think that's where it happened in Colorado. That's where this movie took place at. And someone apparently starts a fire and it creates this big wildfire and it burns almost everything. And yeah, a few people get close to dying, but they don't. There's these two guys that are trying to go after this kid's dad or whatever, and they do succeed, but then the kid's running away from them. And if you've seen this movie already, you know that this movie was decent. Wasn't the perfect movie, but it was something to get us through the year. So at number 27, I picked Those Who Wish Me Dead. Number 26 is Coming to America. Now, I know this isn't the best movie. Honestly, it was one of the weakest Coming to America movies. But there were some jokes that landed, and then there were some jokes with Leslie Jones in it that kind of don't work very well. Because she kind of oversells it with her comedy in this movie, with some jokes that she comes up with in the movie. And I wasn't feeling for some of the jokes, so this was a decent movie. It would have been in my okay to man movies, but the list was already set out already, like almost 2 weeks ago now. But at number 26, I picked Coming to America. It's a decent movie. I think the story behind it's alright. It's the same kind of story, but different aspects about it, but from the first one, but still. Number 25 is The Marksman. That's with, what's his name? Can't even think of his name, honestly. Liam Neeson. That's what it is. Sorry if I'm forgetting some actors' names and all that. Um, I'm a little bit tired this morning, but yeah, Liam Neeson was alright in this movie, but the execution for the movie was decent. It wasn't the perfect movie this year, but it was fine. It made it at the top of this list only because this movie's execution, like I said, the plot is a little eh, but just the way that the movie's playing out, he's trying to protect this kid or whatever from the Spanish mafia gang or whatever that are coming after him. The cartel, I guess you could call them or whatever. I'm not sure, but it was not a bad movie, but it was an okay movie. So at number 25, I picked The Marksman. I think Liam Neeson was not too bad in this movie, but some of the acting for other actors in this movie kind of oversell it a bit. So yeah. At number 24 is Boogie. It's actually a story about this Chinese kid, Chinese guy or whatever that's don't get don't think that I'm trying to sound racist or whatever. I'm just uh, pointing out some facts that I know what I've watched in this movie. But yeah, yeah, it's a basketball movie, so it's not a bad movie. It's just decent. It came out this year, and I thought it was a decent movie. That's all I can say about it. I don't know how else to describe this movie. Apparently, his mother signs him over to a basketball team in China, and he didn't like that, so he wanted to stay in. Uh, sorry, my throat's a little congested this morning. He wanted to stay in America to play for teams in America, but his mom wouldn't have it because she was setting up his life for him or something. So, yeah, eventually he did go to China to play for that basketball team. So, yeah. At number 24 is Boogie. If you've seen this movie, you know that it's not a bad movie, but it's okay. At number 23 is Till Death, the Megan Fox movie. Um, Pretty much she's with this rich guy or whatever in the movie, and then some weird shit happens where they go to this house that's in the snow or whatever. That's in a snow covered place or whatever. But she finds out that he shoots himself in the head, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So it's so fucking weird. Um, then these two guys come after her, and she's got to survive throughout the day and try to take them out one by one. So yeah, it's pretty intense movie and very thrillerish, but I enjoyed some moments in it. So at number 23, I picked Till Death. Number 22 is Escape Room Tournament of Champions. Now this was the sequel to the first Escape Room, and I thought the first Escape Room back in 2019 was meh. This one was a little bit better because there were some moments that I enjoyed from it, and then there were other moments that could have done a little better. Like the ending to the movie was so thought out that you knew it was going to happen, I guess you could say. But yeah, it seemed like every time they're trying to get away from the escape room, it just comes back to find them. So, and you'll be surprised with a certain character that comes back in this movie. Uh, that was in the first one. So it was really surprising. I was really surprised with that certain scene in the movie. So at number 22 is Escape Room Tournament of Champions. It was a decent movie. Number 21 is Red Notice, the Dwayne Johnson, Gal Gadot, and Ryan Reynolds movie. This is a movie about, I did recently watch it like a few weeks ago, I think. Um, but yeah, it's a movie about thieves and all that. Like, thieves going after this certain thing called an egg, and I found the concept to be stupid, honestly, but the movie wasn't bad. It had a little twist at the ending, and I kind of liked the twist towards the end. It was interesting, but the ending, the very ending to the movie where Ryan Reynolds confronts them and is like, "Oh, we should team up" and all that, and I'm like, this movie is just not very good. So it's a decent movie, but it's not the best movie that I've seen. Majority of the movie did all right, but towards the ending, I was like, this is just gonna bomb big time. But the last ending scene to the movie before the credits scene was okay. So at number 21, I picked Red Notice. Number 20 is The Protege, the Maggie Q movie. This movie was not too bad. Um, I found it to be decent. Uh, I'm getting through the decent list before I get to the average list and then the good list. But this is going to be the last movie I talk about, and then I got to wrap this video up and come at you for another part for it. But The Protege had some pretty good action scenes. Maggie Q was badass in this movie, and uh, I really enjoyed some moments in the movie, and then there was other moments where I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it or not. So yeah, and she goes after what is it? I'm trying to think of his name. He was the original Batman in the first movie. You'll have to remind me in the comment section below, but still. At number 20 was The Protege. I'm gonna return to you for part 2 for decent to good movies of 2021. So I hope you enjoyed this first part to decent to good movies of 2021. I did the best I could to make it as good as possible. It's not the best video, but it's something. I had to get this list out to you guys. I was supposed to do it last weekend, but I didn't come around to it due to the fact that I had a few other movies to watch and all that. So yep, I'll definitely see you in part 2 of decent to good movies of 2021 video.